my fellow YouTube watching Americans. Welcome back. Well, I'm back to continue in the segment number 5. I believe this is 5. Let me begin by share with you another thread of pure fact that will reveal the anti-US sentiments and ideologies and policies that the evil and crafty President of United States, President of South Korea, Moon Jae-In, has with you. Okay, I want to share thread number 4 of nothing but pure facts, not of any unverified rumors or speculations. No ridiculous speculations here. This thread of fact does not talk about any of Moon Jae-in's acts of violating the US and UN-led economic sanctions against North Korea. Rather, it involves President Moon Jae-in's strong desire to destroy the US, Japan, Korea Trilateral coalition and military alliance so that he can achieve dismantling of the US-Korea, South Korea military alliance, which would hasten the US decision to withdraw the US troops and artilleries out from South Korea, and thereby hastening the North Korea's invasion into South Korea with an intent to absorb South Korea into North Korea governance and to declare unification of two Koreas by force into one single Korea through means of uniting two Koreas into one single people group called People of Korea, with two separate nations with equal national sovereignty and economic power, ruled by two separate governments, which is very similar to China's One China policy, while recognizing Taiwan not as a separate independent sovereign nation, but as a subordinate territory belonging to the People's Republic of China, PRC, the Communist China, with much less national sovereignty than what's attributed to PRC. In a nutshell, Kim Jong-un wants to unify two Koreas by force to become the sole ruler of the unified Korea, and massacre millions of South Koreans who previously rejected Kim Jong-un's idea of unifying two Koreas into one by force. I mean, the big fat ugly pig of North Korea wants to unify two Koreas by invading into South Korea, take over, and to become a sole ruler over unified Korea by aggression. That's the only goal he's trying to accomplish. So to bring his long-pursued desire to dismantle the U.S., Japan, South Korea Trilateral coalition and military alliance to its fruition, the evil and crafty President Moon Jae-in of South Korea, in the very first South Korea and Japan summit, he had shortly after he was elected the president of South Korea. In that summit, he resurrected South Korean people's 70-year-old condemnation of atrocities, the horrific atrocities Japanese soldiers committed upon innocent Korean people during Japanese occupation of Korean Peninsula in World War II era, and demanded that Japanese government must admit the historical truth, the degree of cruelty, and the enormity of the magnitude of the wartime crimes their soldiers committed against Korean people, especially their crimes of physically assaulting and sexually violating and raping countless young innocent Korean girls in so-called sex slavery factories during that Japanese government military ran during the World War II in the Korea. And demanded Japanese government to beg for those Korean victims generous forgiveness of their soldiers' wartime crimes, and must make payments of monetary compensations out to the families of the Korean victims of Japanese atrocities. But Japanese government rejected Moon Jae-in's demands by claiming in a rebuttal without first Japanese government rejected Moon Jae-in's demands by claiming in a rebuttal that first, it has already repeatedly expressed its formal declaration of its admission of its soldiers' wartime crimes committed against Korean people, especially against the countless young innocent Korean girls. Secondly, it has issued and formally delivered on national level letters of sincere apologies to the Korean victims several times in the past.